fulfilling the law is done by actually applying it.
No. Fulfilling the law is meant to fulfill the prophecies. And that was one of the prophecies. Now, I don't have a Bible in front of me. If you
hang on. So when he says, you shan't kill your neighbor, that was the law that Jesus said, I'm not going to change one jot or tittle. But you now say that he wasn't actually talking about the law, he was talking about prophecies. I didn't come to make prophecies, but to fulfill them. That's not what it says in the Bible, Vyckro. It says, I came not to change the law, but to fulfill it.
Thunder, if I may try and help Vic out here, the classical argument that is put forward, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, is that Jesus fulfilled the sacrificial laws, but the other laws remained in place. Again, I have no understanding what that means, and I very much doubt that Vic is going to enlighten us greatly, but he can try.
Yes. The sacrificial, the atonement of Christ is basically a heresy that appeared in England in the 12th century. Some dude of Kattenberg. I do not remember his name.
Okay, you're not actually helping your argument here, Vic. That's a nice little loophole that you could have just bolted down. But so when Jesus says, I didn't come to change the law, that wasn't referring to the law. I mean, I'm struggling to believe that this book was written by the most powerful and capable being.
Well, perhaps, Thunder, I can put it this way. Okay. Vic, 1 second. Let's see if we can just simplify things. You said that the Old Testament doesn't apply, there was a new covenant. It was then suggested to you, well, do the Ten Commandments still apply? Oh, yes, definitely, they still apply. Do you see the inconsistency? And perhaps you can explain, just sticking on that point, explain that inconsistency or apparent inconsistency in your statements.
It's an apparent inconsistency. I already presented this argument in one of my videos because the Ten Commandments and only the Ten Commandments are repeated in the preaching of Jesus, and especially in these two laws.
I don't think they are, Vic.
Yes, they are.
No, there are only 5 of them repeated, and Jesus can't even name the 10 Commandments. He adds in. So what are the commandments that Jesus repeats? Does he say, for I, the Lord God, am a vengeful God, and visiting the inequity on the children and the children's children?
Are split in 2 categories. The 10 Commandments are split into the 2 categories. Commandments about God, love your God, don't have other gods except me, and so on. And the second about men, don't kill, don't commit adultery, and so on.
Which ones are repeated in the New Testament?
So basically, those 10 commandments, splitting 5 about God and 5 about men, were repeated in the 2 commandments left by Jesus, that is, love your God with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself.
Interestingly, let me throw the emotional one back at you. Paedophilia. Pretty much universally everyone thinks that is evil. Where in the Bible, or in any of the commandments, whether the 10 or the 613 in the Old Testament, where does it say anything about paedophilia?
It is against the commandment left by Jesus, love your neighbor as yourself. Actually, because that causes harm. And by the way,
have I got it wrong? Do you know more about the Bible than Vic does? Have I got that wrong?
It doesn't.
Does it mention paedophilia? I thought you were going to tell me that it did.
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Anyone else?
So let me just see if I can sum up. Let me just see if I can supersede all of the Bible's morality in one sentence. Don't be a jerk.
Be humble, I would say.
So you've already accepted the commandments in your God.
Yeah. So I think we're at the point here, Vic. So, but this is the thing, Vyckro. That one sentence alone, as all of these other commandments are subsets of "Don't be a jerk."
You could say that. It's in
so why not just have the one commandment?
Because you need to have different commandments to different circumstances that otherwise
why
people
not have
do
a commandment, don't molest children? Why not have a commandment, don't cut your arms and legs off your children?
I'm going to, I've just noticed the time. One second, Vic. 1 second, Vic. I will give you an opportunity to respond, and I will give you the last word. But I've noticed the time. There are a couple of people I will try and fit in very, very briefly. But Vic, I'm going to give you the last word, and if you don't feel that you've had an opportunity to have your say, then you're always welcome to come back or make a video response when this is posted on YouTube. So I will give you the last word, and please, Thunder, don't interrupt him. Let him have the last word, and then we're going to quickly take Chunks of Earth next. But Chunks, I'm sorry, it is going to be brief. Vic, back to you for your last word.
Okay, because it's my last word, I'm going to address the last issue that we have, Chuck. Usually when the atheists want to attack Christianity, they always attack the most easy Christianity, and that is the Protestant Christianity or the Bible-believing Christianity. We don't have everything in the Bible because Jesus' ministry lasted for 4 years. And if we have everything in the Bible will probably be something compared with the English encyclopedia. So we have the other things in the tradition. And here, Saint Basil the Great had left a very special instruction what you should do with child molesters.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much indeed for the call, Vic. Do feel free to call us again on a future show should you wish to do so.